We're Jason and Susie. In 2019, we bought Not Enough and learned how to sail her. After fixing up the boat, it was time for something bigger. While our new sailboat Envision has brought us new challenges, it also brings bigger adventures. We want to share those adventures with you, so join us as we have Adventures in Paradise. I'm here to put this in, and this is a vent. It goes on the outside of the boat, these little vents facing down that have screens, and then the hose goes on the back of it. And it is used in two places, and that is, number one, fuel tank, so fuel tank can breathe, or when you're filling it, it can empty. Alright, hold on a second here, let me take over. On our boat, back in the engine room, under the cockpit, there's a fuel tank, and that fuel tank has one of these vents that vents out here to the back of the boat. You can see the little vent here. It happens to be clogged and needs to be replaced. I've unclogged it for the moment. That's not why I'm here today. Today I'm installing this vent that goes up to the waste tank. The waste tank can be emptied a few different ways and is up here in the front of the boat, on the bow or under the V-berth. The waste tank can be pumped out into the ocean or into the water if you're far enough offshore, but it can also be pumped out through a hatch on the deck where a vacuum attaches, kind of like just hooking a shop vac up to it. But in order to suck that waste out, you need air to go in, and this vent vents that. Mine is so blocked up that it barely vents it, so when you hook the shop vac up to it, it's not letting enough air get in to come out. So whenever we've had to evacuate our waste tank, we have to open the lid of it. And it's a waste tank, so you really don't want to open the lid to the waste tank. Now, back to myself. And then also the sewage tank that's under here in our V-berth has a hose. And if I take this stuff out of the closet, come on, who puts these hangers on? Some one way and some the other. And so this is the closet behind the head here, and this is where the air conditioning system comes up and blows out here in the cabin. It blows out there, and it also goes here and blows out into the V-berth. Anyways, this hose is the sewer or the waste hose pump out. I don't know if I can see it when I look out here. Yeah, there it is right there. And then on the side of the boat is this air hose or vent hose, which goes right there. So it's clogged, so when I get a pump out, I've been having to open the waste tank here so it has it can suck in air. Otherwise I hook the vacuum out there and it just barely sucks anything out. So that's what I'm gonna fix today. This hose clamp on the vent line, or on the vent. Oh. I wonder how do I, if I don't have any tape, how do I prevent it from falling out the other side of the boat? Oh, this is a hard area to get into. Not too bad, but, you know. Okay, so the whole thing is spinning. And the whole... Okay, there it goes. Now, it looks like it's kind of stuck in the side of the boat, so it's not going to just fall out when I go out there, or when I let go, so... I wonder what'll happen when I push the new one through though. So I'm gonna go try and pull that off the edge of the boat. washer was still on there. All right. Anyways, this piece, and if this thing falls out the side of the boat, I'll lose it. And I waited 3 days to get it on Amazon. There wasn't any at my local local, what the hell's the boat store called? Can't think of it right now. Alright. Feel a little better once I get a couple threads on this, so it's not going to fall out from, look at that, I got it. But now, I need to go outside and see what way is upright. So those little vents, they need to be angling down towards the water, not up towards the sky. So now I'm going to tighten it until it's hard to move it. I can still spin it. Let's take this out. All right. So now, it's like everything else. There's not enough room to do all this thing up. This was actually pretty easy. I thought it might be like have some kind of sealant or something holding it on the boat. I think it just spun. Dang it. I'll go out and look. I don't really want to make it super tight. It's just got a rubber O-ring and it can't fall out the boat because it's hooked onto the tube. I'm gonna go check the thing and see if it's still in the right position. I want to replace all these waste hoses. You know, after years and years and years, they start to stink. And, well, these have probably been around for years and years and years. But it's not like a priority. Just one of those things that I would love to do one day. If I ever get to the point where I'm doing, like, small stuff. Well, I guess this is kind of small stuff. But this really needed to be done because at my marina, the marina pumps you out when you're not even here. I could just call them and say, hey, I need a pump out, and they'll just get to it when they get to it, pump out the waste. After like a weekend we go out. But right now I'm having to come over here and meet the guy to open up my lid because this vent wasn't working. It was working, but not very much. It's not like my waste tank would explode. But there, look at that. But I would like to have it to where I don't have to come over here, so that's that. I'm gonna put this back in. A little closet in here, you know. In a 28-foot sailboat, you don't get much of a closet, but you get something.